Hello everyone, myself Purushotham, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, MLR IT. So in this session, I am going to discuss about a super keyword. So this is the overview of this session. So first I will explain the super keyword, next usage of super keyword, and last I will explain some sample examples. Okay, so let's get started today's session. So super keyword. So super is a keyword in Java. Super is a keyword in Java. So it is a keyword, all characters must be small case. So as we know that in Java, so every keyword must be what in lower case only. So super is a keyword, so must be in lower case, and which is used to call superclass variables, and which is used to call superclass methods, and which is used to call superclass constructor. Okay, so here the superclass means a parent class. Superclass means a parent class. As we know that if two classes are in a parent and child relation, now this is the parent and it is a child. Now the child will get the properties from the parent. So the parent class also called superclass. Other thing. Okay. Now suppose if you use a super keyword inside a child class, now what will happen means, so the child can access the parent class variable, the child can access the parent class methods, the child can access the parent class constructor. Okay, to access the constructor, we need to use actually super method, right? So using super keyword, we can access a variable, parent class variable, methods and a constructor. So the most common use of a super keyword is to eliminate confusion and ambiguity. So when we'll get a confusion and ambiguity means if both are having the same names. Okay, so suppose assume here in child class I have x variable and same the parent class also I have x variable. Now exactly same variable names there in the parent and child relation. Now I want to differentiate these variables. Okay, so in such cases we will use what a super keyword. And method also, suppose assume the parent class is having m1 method and child class also exactly same m1 method is there. Okay, so to differentiate this same method names also we will use what a super keyword. Okay, so suppose if we take an example, so calling super class variable. Now so if the class is a child class and parent class has same data members, means variables. Okay, so in that case there is a possibility of ambiguity for JVM. Okay, so to avoid this ambiguity, so here inside a child class, so compulsory we need to use what super keyword. Okay, you can see an example. Here I have an example. So here I have two classes, one is a parent class and this one is a child class. You can see the relation between the parent and the child relation. These two classes are in the parent and the child relation. Now if you observe this parent and child relation, now exactly same variables are there in the parent and child relation. You can see x, capital X, and in child class also exactly capital X. In parent class capital Y and exactly capital Y also there inside child class. Now I want to differentiate now the child class members and as well as the parent class members. See here, if you observe the parent class assigned values are x value is 100, y value is 200, and the child class x value is 300 and y value is 400. Okay, the values are different but exactly same variable names are there. Now I want to differentiate these variable names. Now how to differentiate means, here inside compulsory the super keyword must be used inside a super class, inside a child class only. Okay, so here I want to perform addition of two variables. Okay, I want to perform addition of the parent class variables as well as I want to perform addition of the child class variables. Okay, now here I want to perform addition of the parent class variables. Okay, so suppose if you write x plus y, now x value already is there in the child class and y also already there in the child class. So highest priority goes toward the current class only. So here x plus y, it will take only 300 and 400, but my intention is I want to call the parent class properties. So to call the parent class properties, so here we need to use what super.x and super.y. super dot x and super dot y we need to call. Why we need to use a super keyword means actually x and y are defined in both the parent and class and child class. Okay, now I want to access what the parent class but not the child class. If you are using x plus y, it will call only the child class. Now what if I want to call the parent class members? So here for that we need to use a super dot x and super dot y so that you can access the parent class members. Now if you want to access the current class members, so simply you can write what? X plus y. So it will print what the parent class value and it will print the child class value. Okay, so the same points I'll explain. So here I have a class, a parent class. Now the parent class is having the two members, x equals to some 100, next into y equals to 200, and exactly same class child extends a parent. Now so inside child class also I have the same data members, Now I want to perform what? Addition operation on it. Okay, so to perform addition operation on it, so here I will take one method. So public void like add. Okay, so in add method I want to perform the parent class members. Okay, so parent class result, parent class result. So here I will use initially x and y. And child class. So child class result and x and y. Now you can see here x and y are the variables which are there in the parent class, and x and y the exactly same variables also there inside the child class, exactly same variables. So if you call this method, okay, so I will create object to the so child c equals to new child and c dot add I'm calling. Now if you call this one, it will print only, sorry, here we need to perform addition operation. If you print here, the parent class value is 300 and child class value is 300. See here, every time you are using x and y, it will take only the child class members. Okay, now, but not, it is not taking what the parent class members. Now my intention is, without changing this variable names, I want to access the parent class members. Okay, so to differentiate this parent and child variable names, so here simply we need to use a super keyword. Super dot x means it will call the parent class y value, and again the super dot y means again it will call the parent class y value. So now you can see it will print, sorry, here I will take the different value, here I will take 300 and here I will take 400. Now you can see it will print what? 300, the parent and child values, sorry, parent x and y value 100 and 200, it will print the 300, and child class result is x and y, so 300 plus 400, 700 it will print. So next, so calling super class methods. Okay, as I mentioned, using super keyword we can also call parent class methods. Okay, so suppose if the child class and the parent class has the same data method names, okay, in that case there is a possibility of ambiguity for JVM which method has to be executed. Okay, as I mentioned just now, I explained with respect to what variables, and same the way if the methods also, like in child class and in parent class, if it is having same method names. Now if you are calling the method, so there is a possibility of ambiguity. So to differentiate parent class members and child class members, so compulsory again we need to use a super method. Okay. So here again the same example I will take, but little changes. You can see here now. Here I have two classes, the parent class and again child classes. Now here I have what, add method here and again add method here, right? I want to call this add method inside a child class. Now if you call add method inside a child class, already add method already there in the child class. If you call add method, every time it will call only the child class method only. Okay, now what if I want to call the parent class method? Means here again we need to use what, super method. Okay, see here system.out.println. So super dot add means it will call the parent class method. Okay, and add method, okay, it will call what, the current class. See, if the method names are different, no need to use a super keyword. Okay, when the super keyword is recommended means if both the methods are with the same name, then only to differentiate those methods we will use a super keyword. Okay, if the method names are different, no need to use what, a super keyword. So directly automatically it will invoke. Okay, so this point now we will see now. So suppose here the parent class I have int add method. So return x plus y. Now return again x plus y. Now, so I have one more method like public void result. Okay, so here I want to call like add method. Now, if you call add method, so always it will take only the child class method only, child class add method only. Okay, what if I want to call the parent class add method? Means here we need to call super dot add. Okay, now this both methods are returning the values, so better I will use a system.out.println. All we need to use temporary variable. Okay, so parent class result, here I will use super dot add. So child class means, so directly you can call add here. Now you can see if you call this result method instead of calling add, so I want to call result. Now if you call result, you can see the parent class result is a 300 and child class result is a 700. Now here we need to remember that, so when we need to use a super keyword means if both the names means a parent class method name and child class method name, if both the names are exactly same, in such cases only to differentiate we need to use a super keyword. So suppose if this method is different, okay, so here sum method and here add method, so no need to use a super keyword, so directly you can call the sum method here. Okay, sum method here. So why here sum method not there in the child class, but the parent class properties you can access since these two are in the parent and child relation. So no need to use a super keyword here. In this case also it will work. See here it will print what 300 and 700. So when it is recommended means if both the method names are exactly same, in such cases we need to use what, see, if you are not using the super, what will happen means every time it will take only the child class add only. See here child class add 700 and 700 it is a printing. Okay. So to differentiate that, so here simply we need to use a super dot add. That's it, done. You can see here 300 and 700. So coming to summary of this session. So in this session I have covered, so what is the super keyword, so where we can use a super keyword, and the usage of super keyword I explained. Okay. So that's about this session. Thank you.